Hi, my name is Desi. I want to share my story with you. I am a proud mixed race First Nations woman. This is me and my little sister Jessie. Jessie and I have the same dad, but he got arrested for drugs when we were younger. I'm one of five kids in my family. When I was growing up, it was always mom, her boyfriend, and my grandma. My grandma and I were really close. We didn't have much money, but we had a lot of love. Our house was always busy. Lots of kids, aunts, uncles. My mom would host parties that would go on late into the night. Sometimes they would go on for days, and my mom would start acting weird. My grandma would tell everyone to leave so she could sleep it off. She told us my mom's had it hard since our dad got arrested. She used to be like my mom until she got in a good way. My grandma was like my second mom. She watched out for all of us. I helped Grandma clean up after the parties and made sure everyone got to school. She told me I was meant to be a helper. I was always good at school, especially art. I had good grades, but the teachers were telling my mom and Grandma I wasn't paying attention in class. I felt really nervous because I felt like I didn't fit in. People weren't friendly to me like they were at home. I started smoking pot, drinking, thinking maybe that would help me. It didn't work. I got caught and they suspended me. Then I fell behind, and it was hard to catch up, you know? Then everything fell apart. The school sent a social worker to our house. I told her my grandma took good care of us, but she didn't believe me. Grandma wanted custody or to have us stay with one of our aunts. Instead, Jessie and I were sent to a group home, and I couldn't protect Jessie from the other kids. I couldn't protect myself. I started partying a lot. I smoked some speed to stay up. I used to feel good at school, at home, with my family, in my community. The further away the stuff got, the more I tried to feel good with the drugs. They moved me from group home to group home. I kept using. I was coming home one night after a party and I fell pretty bad. I went to the hospital with a broken arm. They wouldn't give me anything for the pain. They said I was drug seeking. I started injecting, but I was ashamed. I tried to hide it and ended up in and out of the hospital with blood infections. Times were still tough. My mom died of an overdose. Jessie and I felt responsible. I was pregnant, still using and grieving. My brothers were in and out of jail. I knew I had to be safe. I wanted to be a good mother. I tried to always use consumption site, but they told me I couldn't bring my baby. A lot of families I knew needed access to these services, but they weren't made for parents. I started organizing with my friends for a safer space where we could use. We protested and organized with other people who use drugs. I couldn't stand by when I saw so much loss in my community. I knew I needed to be safe, but there were so many barriers. I was so afraid of everybody judging me. I was still a good mom. I kept my drugs away from my child. It was hard to get new gear because I was so afraid of having my kid taken away. I wanted to break the cycle of family separation, of trauma that affected my family and my community since first contact with settlers. I'm trying to make a better world for my child by sharing my story.